A good man is a man who can protect and who can provide and who can serve, who can comfort, who can reprimand, who can discipline, whatever's necessary to make the world a little better because he passed through.
The loud voices of this world are the 99% who don't understand exactly what you have to do. That's why when I speak and you don't understand me, it's probably a good thing, because that probably means I'm in an area of life that you're not in.
It is astounding how many people want to be spectacular in life but also want to fit in and be normal. You are, by definition, aiming for average. Normal people get normal results. Weird people get weird results. You literally can't do what everyone else does and not expect to get what everyone else has. By doing what everyone else does, you guarantee average results.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
You ask all my teammates, one thing about Michael Jordan was he never asked me to do something that he didn't do. And they're going to say, well, he wasn't really a nice guy. He may have been a tyrant. Oh, well, that's you, because you never won anything.
If you're cool with walking in the shadows of yourself and, you know, the only person you got is the man right there in the shadow, man. How you doing? Pretty good. How you doing? All right, man. Cool, cool. It's kind of weird having a conversation with you, but ain't no one else around because everyone else has faded way back then, way back there. You know, if you're cool with that kind of walk of life, I tell you, man, the world is your playground.
So I went to a powerlifting competition a couple of years ago. There was this one guy there lifting. He holds a bunch of records in the squat, and he's a normal working class guy from a normal working class town on the outskirts of Newcastle. And watching that man warm up is something else. He's got a sacred playlist. He never listens to the songs apart from when he's about to step on to the lifting platform. He's got these headphones on and he's just walking up and down in the same way that you'd see a bull ready to go out, ready to go and chase something. And he steps out on stage and the hairs stand up on the back of your neck. You're watching this guy channel
Rage.
fury.
That's the god of war.
It's your brother, your mom, your friend, the one comment they're gonna say, "You've changed. Why are you doing another kick like this? Oh, you're gonna try that now. Okay, here we go again." The thing is that it's not about them being right or wrong. Again, it's about how right and how wrong they could be. Let's say you
All right. Good morning, beautiful people. How is everyone doing? Let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can see my screen, so we can start off this amazing morning session. Just give me a 111 or something like that, so I know you guys can see my screen. There we go. Amazing. Good. Let's get straight into it. Last week we didn't really had a lot of price traps. Let me check. I think it was only 5 or something. Yes, only 5. Yeah, it's a shitty market. That's 100% sure. So we don't really have the structure we're used to. It's not really, yeah, the price traps that we love to see, not the clean breakouts or retests or that kind of stuff. We didn't really see anything happen the week that has passed, but also right now. Okay, so let me go over which price traps we had last week. And then I'm gonna start making some new price drops from or for the week after. All right. If you can remember here with AD and Zadeep, we had this very small breakout just after the session. It was breaking out during the session, and I gave you guys this little line here as my zone of interest where I would be starting to look for price action. And it's pretty because the market basically just reacted beautifully like I expected. So we got this engulfing candle after touching this this line here, this zone where I was interested in. We also have morning stars or evening stars, let me say it, evening stars, on the 30 minute. And the 15-minute time frame was also showing you engulfing candles. So you had different ways to react on this. You could go for just candlestick patterns, but you also could go to a 5-minute time frame, for example, and the moment this got hit, wait for a break of structure and react on that retest of the broken structure. So that's what I'm talking about, right? So we have the highs, we have the higher lows, we have the higher highs, again a higher low, again a higher low right over here, and we see the market breaking that structure, coming back for that retest, and then starting to take off. Okay, so different ways to react on this on AD NZD. It took a while. It was boring. It was creating nasty price action. Personally, I didn't have the patience, so for me, yeah, I took it out. I think it was around this area when the market actually started dropping. But I was just a little impatient there because it just kept consolidating and not really creating the move that I wanted to see. There was a potential of 24 pips, basically just a break even if you see like 8 pip stops, something like that. So yeah, 1 on 3 break even, depends a little bit where your entry is, how big of a stop loss you used, and that kind of stuff. Okay. No, thank you. I only want the evening stars on my charts, please. Alrighty, so then we have AUD/USD. Let's keep it moving here. Market broke out during the session or before the session even, and then we just took off. I got the question last week, like when is the moment you pull away from a price trap, you don't look at entries anymore? Well, this is a moment, okay? What I was looking for was to get this supply zone at least, then the highs, and then these highs, okay? But like you can see, all the 3 targets already got hit before we even went down for that retest. So I personally just stay away from it and delete this chart and move on to the next one, okay? Good, let's move on. What was the next one? Here we have Canadian CHF. Market broke out after a session like 1 hour. It doesn't really look good in my opinion, because also that 4-hour time frame rejecting massively. But if you reacted, because a 1-hour candle close is a 1-hour candle close, and that's my rule. If we have 1-hour candle close, you can look for a retest in the direction of that breakout. So broke out, came back for the retest all the way down, which was pretty deep. Probably got some price action at this point, so you found yourself an entry at that area possible. And then probably you would have a stop loss, right? Here at the bottom, you still had some opportunity to really react on this, but like I said, not really the best breakout and retest. We also went very deep into the price. Still, market creates some good price action. I love to do these kind of things, even if it's a bad price trap. It's not really what we're looking for. I just love to see how the structure is playing out, how the price action is playing out, just for educational purpose only, to keep myself sharp, okay? And that's what we have seen. 5-minute breakout, came back for the retest, and then we took off for around, I'm not sure, 60 pips only, all right? So like I said, not really the best idea or price trap here. You could look for a breakout retest to the downside, but like you can see, we never really had price action to react to the downside, okay? If you went with limits, of course, that's straight stop loss. But if you're looking for price action and candlestick patterns and that kind of stuff, you would never have the opportunity to react on that. Good, let's keep it moving. If you have any price traps that you want feedback on, or you have price traps for today, let me know in the chat box, guys, so I can check it and give my point of view on it, or what I would be looking for. Then we have GU. I think this is almost the last one. Market broke out. We were looking for a straight retest back into the zone to then have our move up. But again, like I said, I'm always looking at targets like supply zones, highs, lows, and these targets basically already got hit with this massive breakout. If you still look for price action here at the retest, you see you have the engulfing on the 1 hour, 30-minute time frame was also showing an engulfing candle, 50-minute time frame was also showing us some price action there, and I think even the 5-minute also gave us a break of structure. Yes, there we go. Break of structure, came back, but just kept on dropping. So if you still went for the retest, if you still want to find yourself an entry at this point, yeah, I think this is obvious that this was just a straight stop loss. Okay, good. Let's keep it moving. I think that's it, right? Yeah. That's it. These were the prices from last week. Okay. So, like I said, not a lot. Maybe one opportunity with a break even on AD and ZD, but for the rest, it wasn't really the best or most good structure or price action that we love to see. Good. Before I go into the price reps for today, I want to go into Forex Factory because this is a pretty, yeah, heavy day when it comes down to news. We have the GDP from Germany, which is pretty big for the euro. Okay, so please be aware at 10 a.m. we have this news event. This is gonna be pretty massive, so please be careful. The Spanish also, but this is less big than the German. Why? Because of course the German economy is way bigger than the Spanish one. And then we have the ADP, non-farm employment change at 2:15. This is the front runner of NFP this Friday, so expect some movements, expect some spikes. Right after it, we have the advanced GDP, we have the Bank of Canada state rate statement, the overnight rate, Bank of Canada press conference. Then we have at 8 the FOMC statement and press conference. So guys, when I go through this, I personally am like, maybe I'm gonna take a day off, right? These massive news events are pretty dangerous when it comes down to spikes, wicks going over your stop losses, entries. I don't care. Just make sure you put yourself in a safe position when these kind of news events are coming out. Okay. We also have some news during the night on ADD. The retail sales are coming out. Also, the GPY, Bank of Japan. Yeah, it's insane how much news we have the upcoming days and night also. This will be in the morning, by the way, the GPY. And we also have, of course, if we go further into the week, the GDP on Canadian, the unemployment claims, and of course the NFP because it's the first Friday of the month on Friday. Okay. Yeah, we don't have any good structure, so it doesn't really matter that there's so much news. I'm still gonna trap though, because I wanna just make sure you guys have something to work with, even if it's just for educational purpose only, to just see how the market reacts. And maybe if you're new into trading and you have never seen news or a day full of news events, this could be something good for you to see how the market actually reacts when there are these kind of big news events coming. Okay, good. Let me get straight into it. Do you guys have any price traps? Let me know. Let me know. You made $110. Let's go. Congratulations, bro. That's a good start of the day. $1,100. Okay, that's even better. I was already looking at 80 Canadian yesterday on my morning session. Trapped it like this, broke out. Now came back to the retest. This is like a news wick here. Let's see. Let's see if we can maybe create some price action right now. Maybe go a little deeper here if it's possible. We didn't fill up this imbalance, so yeah, we could still go here and then create a price action to potentially move higher. But remember, guys, a lot of news coming. Okay, I see GM. Okay, let me check. Pa, 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 pa. Yeah, it's a little hard here. We are in like in the middle of or in between structure, you know? And this is something I personally don't really like to see. All right. So if I go back to your price trap, you see, we are like not really using the last or the recent structure. Like you can see, if we would go and look at this move, what is the recent structure? Of course, this is the high, this is the next low, this is the lower high, this is the lower low, this is the lower high, lower low, higher low, but now we are in the middle of it. You see? We are in the middle of structure. We don't really have the structure like we see here. So that's the thing why I would stay away from GN. Okay, that's my personal opinion. You can keep it. You can look at it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. right? Just giving my personal view on it. ADMZD, yeah, I was already, yeah. It's a pretty big consolidation zone, so I find it less attractive, to be honest. If we could turn around and like really get the breakout to the downside, it would be interesting. But if we go higher, just know that there's a lot of supply above here. So if we want to go higher, if we're breaking the highs, I want to get that equal high at least. GCAT, let me check. There we go. Looking for the retest. That's happening right now, basically. I think you're looking for it. That's what I see. Let me check a 4-hour. Yes, looking good. 1 hour engulfing. Ooh, 30 minutes evening star. 15-minute engulfing. To be honest, we are on entry at this point. At this moment, you could potentially find yourself an entry. Beautiful live example. You know, I never give any financial advice. This is just for educational purpose only. Showing you how you could find yourself a life idea out of the markets. It's looking pretty decent. I'm not gonna say we cannot go lower anymore. Of course we can. Higher, excuse me. We cannot go higher anymore. Of course we can go higher. We can always go higher. The market can do whatever the market wants to do, right? Always remember. So this is the first idea. Why do I really or confidently say like, oh, this could be a live entry? Purely because of the price action. 1 hour engulfing, 30-minute evening star, 15-minute evening star. Also, if we go to the 5-minute time frame, we broke structure, right? This low got broken. Now that I look at it closely, it should be this one. This is the low that created the high, so this should be broken. But still, every time frame showed us price action. So, and we are around entry. So yeah, let's see. We can still go higher though. That's what that was what I was saying. We can still go and take out this 1 hour candle here. If we want to go higher in or have a breakout retest to the upside, I wanna really see a very strong breakout to take out these highs here. Okay, I'm not gonna give you a resistance zone at this point. Just gonna focus on the sell. But just know if you want to look at the opposite direction, you want to see these highs getting attacked. Okay, there we go. Let me check. Do we have any pound news coming? No, it's okay. We do have some euro, but yeah, should be good. Should be good. We shall see. You can still wait for new price action if you want. But this is just my point of view. Nah, not really anymore. You could, but not really. It's a long time ago I looked at it. What was it? The 50, right? Nah, still below 4 hour. Well, 4 hour is in our stop loss, so that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm really more focused on the price action lately. That EMA, it's a long time ago. I used this. Good. Let me move on and see if we have more price traps. ADNZD, ADUSD, we could use it. Just use the last structure the market has created. There we go. Personally, I would take it, but until then, if the market didn't move until then, of course I would be checking my chart the moment the German GDP is coming out because this could impact the pound also. But especially here, I think I would just pull out or make sure I'm risk free or break even or how do you want to call it? Now the structure today is better. No, this is not really okay. This is something we can use. But of course, remember, it's always your own decision what you do with these ideas or these charts. There we go. Euro Canadian looking pretty good, pretty decent. Yeah, of course. Before news, you mean like if you took the trade and you're 1% up, would you close? Is that the question? I would close, definitely. Beautiful trade from yesterday, by the way, for the community here. Breakout, retest, boom. I'm gonna delete it now. You're under the, yeah, I do like the structure, pretty decent. The only news events I really close my trades for is ADP, NFP, FOMC, and CPI. Because I know these ones are pretty big. Depends a little bit, of course, what's going on in the world. There we go, another one, Euro USD. I do like the structure today. We do have some structure we can work with. Better than yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty hard one. We are pushing higher, which is good because then we can find ourselves some new good price action here. Wouldn't be surprised if we would go to like that 83.98.5. Just curious how this is gonna play out. Because the structure is good. Don't misunderstand me. The highs and lows are in place, but we are just in the middle of a move, you know? So that's something I would stay away from personally. You see the difference between the price traps I'm now making or drawing? These are all recent highs and lows and not really in the middle of a move. This is right at the end of a move or the beginning of a move. NZD Canadian. Nah. This was one from last week. Did I review this one? I don't think so, but this is obvious. Market took off, take out all the target zones. Same like AUD USD. Yeah. Pretty obvious in my opinion. NZD cat breakout. I had this price trap yesterday, but I'm not sure how I drew it. Here we go. NZD Canadian. Yes, I remember. Not the most solid price trap here. Breakout, but just moving higher. Personally gonna leave it alone. Not really interested in this chart. We have way cleaner pairs than this one. New Chef is looking good. Just to know that probably this midday or evening, all price traps will be gone because of the news. You could look at UJ for a potential reversal and take the market down here if we can get a retest out of this. If we can't, just let the market go. Do not FOMO yourself into the charts. Always let the market come to you, not chase the market. Such an important one. And remember, the market can do whatever the fuck the market can do. Excuse me for language. I was looking for sells on gold, the breakout, the retest, but I just don't like what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna leave it alone. That's it. That will be it. So we have 80 Canadian for a potential deeper retest here, and then move higher into the supply zones here. Okay, that's a potential of around 38 to 57 pips, okay? Then we have AUD NZD, which is still in between the zone. Massive consolidation, one of my least favorite price traps for today. Then we have AUD USD, pretty clean. Euro Canadian, Euro NZD, Euro USD. GCAP, which is now pushing higher at that 98.5 level at this moment. If this 1 hour candle closes like this, not looking too good, right? Very bullish. GU in between the zone waiting for the breakout. USHF in between the zones waiting for the breakout. And USD JPY, we could potentially find ourselves a retest in this supply zone to then take the market lower, okay? If it just takes off without us, leave it alone, delete it, move on to the next one, okay? So for GCAD right now, I would personally wait a little bit for some price action. If you already reacted, yeah, it is what it is, right? We are here in these markets, trading Forex, knowing that we could lose money, right? So if you reacted, you know, before you even hit a stop loss or take profit, you know that there is a possibility you lose money, right? That's why we always make sure that we have the right risk management using when we are trading, okay? No matter when, how, no matter the situation, you always want to have the same risk management, okay? The same amount of risk every single trade, okay? And that's why I say it, I already said it 2 or 3 times a session, the market can do whatever the market wants to do. So if you have that kind of mindset, you know that the market can go higher, and you know the risk is there that you can lose money. So you would never risk too much money, right? How big needs the breakout to be because of the liquidity? Let me check in a moment. Let me first check your chart. Yeah, I know. Personally, not the most or the biggest fan of this price trap, but I do see what you're looking for. And it makes sense. Pretty decent high and low. AD NZD, let me check what we have above or below. Below, it doesn't really matter. It just can break out for me. But above, I want to see this supply zone getting taken out. Also here, let's just say we want a strong breakout to the low, to the downside. If we just wait below this and react on this demand here, be careful, like you say, for liquidity. Market could take out liquidity and then just move higher. Okay? But AD NZD is basically doing what is best, doing its best. It's consolidating. This is the pair of consolidation, of course. Good. So these are the different price traps. Let's see how these play out. Of course, I'm gonna review them next week, and I'm sharing them every single week into our Discord channel. Okay, so if you're here on the sessions and you wanna copy my price traps, you can simply join the Discord, and over there I'm always sharing every single price traps I'm sharing on the Wednesday sessions, okay? Also the recording will be uploaded there, but same for Telegram, of course. I'm also uploading the recording right over there. But let me go over the crypto right now. We are 1 week further than last week, of course, yeah, obviously. But we are still when I was saying it, I was like, yeah, no, of course. But still, at the same prices, okay? We had a good weekly closure, bullish weekly closure. We are still in between that consolidation. I showed you on the 4-hour time frame that we had the breakout, and we gotta pay attention at this supply zone because the market could potentially react on that. If you were smart enough, you found yourself a beautiful trade on this one, beautiful sell idea. At this point, we are now around supply area, so there is a very high chance that or the market will react again to the downside, or we can see a breakout retest to the upside, okay? So that's a little bit the position we are in right now, short term for Bitcoin at this moment, okay? So yeah, wouldn't be surprised if the next move up is coming very soon, okay? But of course, I also wouldn't be surprised if the market goes back to that 112 level, the previous high here, okay? So we shall see what move it will be, but it's still looking pretty good in my opinion. I expected this. I'm not sure if I said it last week or even the week before, but I expected a consolidation on Bitcoin together with the Bitcoin dominance falling. okay? And that's what we are seeing. Bitcoin dominance is falling, breaking structure. We could expect, of course, that the market is now going for a retracement to then continue that move. That's perfectly possible. But that's just a day-by-day follow-up there, okay? That's also what I'm doing every single day. I just go over my crypto charts to see what kind of price action we have, where we are, and so on and so forth. Last week I said there is a retracement possible. We have seen a retracement, but not as deep as I expected. I personally wanted to see maybe a dip back into this gray area or these highs, but we didn't even get this low. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, what we basically did is we broke out of this last high, we retested it, and now we are just breaking again. Okay, so we have now another breakout. Which gave us the retest at this point. So now we can expect the market to go higher. Of course, there is some zones below this, so we can still retrace a little bit to then go higher. But the 4K level is very, very close, which is very good because there, what do we have there? Equal highs. Okay, so there's a very high chance that in the upcoming days, maybe the moose, NFP, maybe, we can see Ethereum hitting that 4,000 level again. Okay, so that's beautiful. And of course, because of such a strong Ethereum, we see the Ethereum dominance also rising and pretty strong because we are already at 12% right now, which is pretty strong. But I'm more looking at a weekly time frame here for Ethereum dominance. Same thing like the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. More looking at that weekly time frame. We are above that weekly supply zone I talked about, so this is looking good. Don't be afraid or don't be surprised when this chart start to retrace. Okay, this is perfectly fine or perfectly possible, especially when we see the dominance rising again to give the retest of that broken support. We will see the Ethereum Bitcoin chart retrace, and of course, the Ethereum chart also retrace. If this is the case, if the dominance is really gaining again and not losing. Okay. Yes, indeed. Probably. But let me just finish the crypto charts. Yeah, of course. H-bar Hedera, I've been sharing this one for a long time. Such a strong runner here. So let's see if he can really hold these levels and hold that breakout retest. We also have Uniswap, which is also a project I'm sharing a lot of times. I'm not saying you have to buy these things, absolutely not. But you can just use this as educational purpose and just find yourself these areas. I know for sure I've shared this like years ago. It's insane I can say years ago because it's definitely years ago. But I shared this zone years ago that this could be a potential area to take this up. If people were following me 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you can remember I was calling this area when the market was still here. Okay, so beautiful. If you found yourself an entry there, look at that, almost 200%. Beautiful, love it. Good. We also have Ripple hitting all-time highs, looking very good, very strong. Of course, it's normal. You see some sell-offs. A lot of people are really taking profits there. Let's see if we can break that high again or not. That will be the big question. Stellar, same thing. Beautiful bullish push there. These are really like the performers from the market. We have seen Veracity pushing like almost 40% to the upside. So this was also one of the bigger runners this weekend. Solana is also showing some good strength. It took a while. He let us waiting a little bit there, but now we are breaking that structure, so we can expect some retests to go higher. Same thing for Cardano. Look at that. I'm just scrolling through the charts to show you how positive the crypto is looking at this moment. Okay, you see the difference between Ethereum and Solana. This is really showing me, and I've said this already a few times, but this is really showing me that the momentum has shifted from Solana memes and all these kind of stuff to Ethereum, decent projects and really good altcoins going strong. Let me check GCAP. That was it for crypto, by the way. If you have any questions or you want to know something, let me know. I've been in this industry for I think since 2019, 2018. So I've seen a lot of things happen there. Yeah, we could probably find ourselves a better and higher entry, but I wouldn't be reacting until the price action is showing me I can. Okay? But you remember what I said? If we can hold this level, insane. You remember the price I set like a few minutes ago? 83.98.5. Damn. Let's see if we can hold that. But I'm gonna leave you with this. If there are no questions anymore, I'm done. Remember, a lot of news. Be careful. Next week will be better. Will be a less or a calmer week. Let me say it like that. Okay, good. That's it. I want to wish you all a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. We see each other back next week, of course, 8:30 for another price trap session where I'm gonna review the price traps from today, of course, and of course make some new price traps for the next week. The crypto review is something you get for free, extra to the price traps. It's all free, by the way. For the people who are in the Discord, we see each other this evening, of course. This evening, we do have our weekly meetup, live meetup with each other. So I'm always looking forward to that. To see you all guys again in Lokeren. If you want to join that, just send me a private message and I can get you the information to get you in this beautiful community. All right. So thank you all for being here. Wish you all the best and see you all next week again. Ciao, ciao.